The year was 1952. Deep in the Qumran caves, nestled near the Dead Sea, archaeologists were unearthing history. They had already discovered thousands of ancient scrolls, fragile documents written on papyrus and parchment. These texts, known as the Dead Sea Scrolls, were changing our understanding of biblical times. But then, inside Cave 3, something truly extraordinary emerged. It wasn't another delicate scroll. Instead, archaeologists found a heavy rolled-up sheet of copper. This was no ordinary artifact. It was the Copper Scroll, and it would become one of the most baffling mysteries of the 20th century. Unlike its papyrus counterparts, this scroll was incredibly durable. It had somehow survived nearly 2,000 years, its copper surface oxidized to a greenish hue. Carefully, experts unrolled the scroll, revealing lines of strange, archaic Hebrew script. As scholars peered at the text, they realized this was no religious treatise. The Copper Scroll was a list of treasures, gold and silver, vessels and ornaments, all meticulously recorded. The Copper Scroll was essentially an ancient treasure map, promising unimaginable riches hidden somewhere in the Judean wilderness. The Copper Scroll's uniqueness wasn't just its material, its language also set it apart. While most Dead Sea Scrolls used a standard form of Hebrew, the Copper Scroll employed a different dialect. This language was more akin to the everyday speech of the time, making it even harder to decipher. Imagine trying to read a text message written in a slang you'd never encountered before. It took years of painstaking work by some of the world's top linguists to crack the code. Even then, some phrases and locations mentioned in the scroll remain open to interpretation. Adding to the intrigue, the Copper Scroll doesn't read like a pirate's treasure map with an X marking the spot. Instead, it offers a series of cryptic directions. It speaks of landmarks that have long since vanished, cisterns, tombs, and even a priest's hidden chamber. The Copper Scroll seemed less like a straightforward guide and more like a riddle wrapped in an enigma. The Copper Scroll's inventory list is both tantalizing and frustrating. It speaks of enormous wealth, enough to make even the richest monarchs envious. We're talking tons of gold and silver along with precious vessels and ornaments. One entry even mentions the offering that was concealed in the salt pit, but the scroll never explicitly states who hid this treasure or why. This lack of context has fueled countless theories. Some scholars believe the treasure belonged to the Jewish temple in Jerusalem, hidden away during the Roman siege in 70 AD. Others posit that it was the wealth of the Essenes, the Jewish sect believed to have written many of the Dead Sea Scrolls. Still, other theories venture into the realm of the fantastic. Could this be the lost loot of King Solomon, or perhaps a secret stash amassed by Jewish rebels fighting against Roman rule? The Copper Scroll, much like the treasures it describes, remains shrouded in mystery. Section 4, The Hunt Begins, Chasing Shadows in the Desert. The Copper Scroll's allure was irresistible. It wasn't long before treasure hunters and archaeologists alike were combing the Judean wilderness. Armed with the scroll's cryptic clues, they searched for the landmarks mentioned, a task made even harder by the passage of time. The search for the Copper Scroll's treasure has spanned decades. Some expeditions have relied on traditional methods, meticulously surveying the landscape and excavating promising sites. Others have embraced cutting-edge technology. Ground-penetrating radar, used to peer beneath the surface, has been employed in the hopes of detecting hidden chambers or metallic deposits. Even artificial intelligence has joined the quest. Researchers have used AI programs to analyze satellite imagery and pinpoint areas that match the scroll's descriptions. Yet, despite all the effort and technological advancements, the Copper Scroll's treasure has eluded discovery. Section 5, Lost and Found, the elusive treasure of the Copper Scroll. So, where is the treasure? The truth is, we may never know for sure. The Copper Scroll's vague directions, coupled with the ever-changing landscape of the region, make finding the treasure a monumental challenge. Landmarks mentioned in the scroll could have been destroyed by earthquakes, buried by sandstorms, or simply eroded by time. Adding to the difficulty are the political realities of the region. Parts of the Judean wilderness are located in contested territories, making archaeological exploration a sensitive and often impossible task. And then there are the more speculative theories. Some whisper that the treasure is cursed, guarding its secrets with ancient magic. Others believe the Copper Scroll might be an elaborate hoax designed to mislead Roman authorities or even future generations. Despite the lack of concrete findings, the Copper Scroll continues to captivate our imaginations. It's a tangible link to a distant past, a reminder that history is often stranger than fiction. Perhaps one day the Earth will yield its secrets, and the Copper Scroll's billion-dollar mystery will finally be solved. Until then, the treasure hunters, archaeologists, and dreamers will continue their search, lured by the promise of riches and the thrill of the unknown.